Quick update on where we're at. So I contacted the bank to send me confirmation of the amount of money in my bank, because obviously I don't have a statement, because the statement won't be created till the end of the month, and currently we're on the 8th of October. I cannot wait to the end of the month to have proof of funds for a rental. So I contacted the bank and they have sent me back someone else's, what looks like some sort of return. It's got someone else's name on it, which, number one, that makes me quite concerned, because I don't want anyone accidentally getting my information, which may have happened. They may have got my information and I may have got theirs, which is annoying because Crédit Agricole is a big ass bank and they should know what they're doing. But obviously, so number one, like in the last video, I said that I feel like there's this house that I want, and I called up the agency this morning and they absolutely speak no English at all. I feel like one of them does. They always say they don't speak English and no one there speaks English, but as I've experienced with the bank, they said the same, but then I found an English speaker. So they said, from my understanding, they said they were going to message me back immediately, or maybe they asked me to do something immediately. I don't know. I haven't had a message from them and it's been about 2 hours since I called them. So the plan is get this proof from the bank of my funds, and the agency is about an hour away, the Immobilier, for this house. So tomorrow, just turn up at the Immobilier and just be like, I need this house, I want this house. And then they're forced to deal with me instead of like just speaking at rapid speed over the phone at me in French and me like, I vaguely have an idea of what you said, but I don't know. And obviously, because this geezer at the bank has sent me the wrong document, he may have just closed it out and been like, okay, well, that's done. So if I don't hear anything by, well, they open again at 2 p.m. I would say if I don't hear anything by 3 p.m, I'm going to go to the bank and just be like, look, I need this today, so you need to do it now. Because I can't wait. I just can't wait. I literally can't wait. And I'm sick of waiting for people. I've been waiting for people for the past 7-8 months, right? Getting the visa and all of that. I cannot wait anymore. I am sick of waiting for people. So I need to force everything now in order for me to actually get everything as quickly as possible. I mean, I literally have a ton of things waiting for me to get a rental. And from my understanding, getting this proof from the bank might actually mean that I don't need a guarantor, which is brilliant. Well, hopefully anyway. If I do need a guarantor, that's a whole other thing that I have to do. Lots of people need guarantors in France, but obviously I don't have anyone who's French that can be a guarantor for me, which legally you can have someone from another country, but they just won't accept it most of the time. So that's where we're at. We're about to go like, I was going to say nuclear, but we're about to force people to do stuff, basically, because I can't wait. Full stop. I cannot wait. There's so much waiting. I've got all the suppliers, everything ready. This is like the last bit of the puzzle. I'm not waiting and slowing this down. I cannot, I will not. Like, my life literally depends on this, and people need to understand that. And obviously I can't convey that to them. So the only way they're going to understand that it is like important for me to know and find out and do stuff really quickly is by me showing up in their face and being like, look, I need this now. So yeah, I don't know. You'll probably see the trip to the bank maybe, and then the talk after the bank, and because I don't think he's going to send me the thing before 3. So I'm just going to turn up and be like, hey, I need this now. You sent me the wrong thing. That's not my fault. And then tomorrow, obviously, if I haven't heard from the Immobilier by tonight, then tomorrow morning, straight to the Immobilier. Hey, I need this house. What do you need? Let's fucking get this moving. Can I see it today? You know, like really shove people into the box that I need them to be in, right? Move quickly, do this now, properly, correctly, I need it. This is how you have to be, and this is why people like that are entrepreneurs, they get the branding of being an absolute asshole. It's because they cannot wait, they will not wait, they refuse to wait, everything has to happen now. And in my case, this is like all life-threatening. The longer it takes, the more life-threatening it is. So I need it now. There is no other option. Now, now, now. Okay, so yesterday was the start of this video. This is now the second part of this video, so it's only, I don't know, 5 minutes or something. The bank, I went to the bank because they hadn't contacted me by 3 p.m, got them to print off what I needed. The geezer said, oh, it was a glitch in the system, and he actually sent me an updated one. But when I got home, I checked and I had 0 messages. So yeah, this is why you have to like be proactive. So today we're going to go to Bergerac, and we're going to go and talk to the Immobilier people to try and get this house that I want. I always have a weird feeling about estate agents. I don't trust them very much. They're not always the most welcoming people, let's put it that way. So it's going to be fun because they refused to speak any English yesterday, which is fine. Like I keep saying, they are French. This is France. I should be speaking French. This is my problem, not theirs. But I'm going to go show up in their face, basically. And if they can't speak any English, then we're going to have to use a translation app. And them talking to me at 3,000 miles an hour is not going to make me leave. So yeah, that is today's plan. We're actually going to go right now because I want to catch them before lunch. France closes for like 2 hours at lunchtime, and we want to beat that. 130 mile an hour. I've not done, well, not mile an hour, kilometers an hour. I've not done that in this country yet. Because when the car was full, I was very much intent on getting there in one piece and not blowing up my tires, which absolutely can happen. There we go, boom, 130k, amazing. And this is why French motorways are better than English. May only be 2 lanes, but number 1, there's way less people, and number 2, you can hit 130k, which is 80 mile an hour legally. Okay, we've got an update for you. No, well, number 1, all of the gym stuff came, so Basic Fit. We've got a card, we've got a really well-made locker lock, which is insane, and a metal drinks bottle. It was crazy. It was like 34 euros, or I think it was 39 including shipping for everything, and that's plus a month's membership. So, okay, the camera is currently at 8%. It actually died on the way to Bergerac, so you probably saw a little bit of driving footage, and then that was it. To be honest, I can see the battery going down, that's bad. To be honest, in the Immobiliers, there's not really, number 1, there's not really any point in recording it. I mean, it'd be interesting for you to see, but it's so awkward because I don't speak French. It's very, very difficult. Yeah, so the only things that you would have seen were me going to Immobiliers and then going to some patisseries, well, one patisserie which didn't have cannelé, and then to another patisserie which I also thought didn't have cannelé, but then I saw on their website, okay, they should have cannelé. So I went in and I actually saw the cannelé, which are here. Why the hell did I buy 4? I wanted 2, and she was like, if you buy 3, you get 1 free. I was like, okay, fine. I mean, obviously I'm not going to buy loads of them, so I thought I'd just do it. So yeah, this was from a patisserie in Bergerac. It is called fouillette, something like that. Plus qu'une boulangerie. Anyway, it's foulette. Let's see. Can you read that? I have no freaking clue. Right, it's there. Yeah, so we're gonna try these. You can tell big difference already between these cannelés and the other cannelé that we've had. Number one, this patisserie is huge. But number two, here you go, look. So what you can tell right here is, look, it doesn't look as dry as the other cannelé that we got. And this is more normal. It's also very uniform in color. You can see the bottom is slightly more cooked than the rest of it. And that is because that is the bit that is exposed when in the oven. The rest of it sits in a mold, a cannelé mold. Nice and, well, actually less squidgy than I'd like. These probably would be better warm because they would be softer. So you can put cannelé in a microwave. If you buy it from the supermarket, shove them in the microwave for a minute and they'll go nice and soft, like super, super soft. And they'll be really, really nice. Even from a supermarket, they're really nice. But yeah, actually I quite like it's nice and squidgy. Right, we're gonna bite into this one and we're gonna rate it and you'll see the inside and we'll see how it looks. Yes. Okay, that is the cannelé flavor I expect. The flavor is perfect. You can taste the rum, proper cannelé. The inside is actually quite rubbery on this one, which is actually more typical than the really spongy ones, but will affect it a little bit in terms of rating from me because there's like a fine line to have. This one's a little bit too rubbery, but the taste is perfect. I'm just testing to see how much it can focus on. But yeah, look, really rubbery. You can see it from the glistening of it. You cannot beat a proper cannelé flavor. You really can't. Oh man, yeah. Oh, proper cannelé. Let's go. Definitely better than the one up there. I'm thinking like a 4 or a 4.2 at the minute. These 100% recommend these. The boulangerie that we went to before, they didn't even have like the proper cannelé taste, and I didn't realize that because that was the first cannelé I had in France. But now that I've eaten these have the cannelé taste, the proper taste that I expect. And I remember the rubberiness as well. I can't remember what place it is, but there was a white van that turned up to a village that me and my family went to quite a lot every year. And it was just north of Royan. So Royan is west coast. And this van, it just turned up to a night market and it was just full of cannelé. That was the first cannelé I ever had. It was full of cannelé and they were freaking huge cannelé, not this sort of size, not like this, not like that, massive. They were like freaking absolute chonkers. And I was like, oh my goodness, what the hell are those? And I didn't know what they were. And I asked my parents to buy me some. I was obviously a young teenager at the time, I think. And that was where I fell in love with cannelé. Yeah, I think we bought like 4 or something and I ate all 4 in the first night. It was insane. They were so nice. And I would love to know who the hell made those. If you own a white van and you know the Royan area, if you went to like some small night market north of Royan, maybe 10 years ago, like 15 years ago, I don't know. I don't remember how long ago it was. But if it was you, for the love of God, contact me. If you own a store, I will come. I will buy as many as I possibly can because they were so freaking nice. They weren't rubbery. They weren't too spongy. They were freaking amazing. They were so amazing. I may be building them up in my head more than they actually are, but yeah, that was my first ever cannelé. That's how I discovered that they existed. Then I found out they were Bordeaux is the origin of them. So Bordeaux cannelé. These are all inspired by the Bordeaux cannelé. And that's why there's so many cannelé in this area. I don't know about North France and I don't know about East France, but in the west of France, especially in Bordeaux, there's a lot. Well, I know Nantes has quite a lot as well. There's a lot of cannelé in Nantes. In fact, I had a really nice one from some random girl that was outside a store that was selling them from like a glass cart. I don't know. But yeah, they were also really nice. I think we should give them like 4.1. I think is a good score because I think it really depends how the cannelé is cooked. That was amazing, that bite. That was amazing. I think 4.1 is a good score for them. Anyway, to update you on the Immobilier and what the hell's going on. So all the Immobilier people for rentals, they all have to have a guarantor no matter what. And although it's legal to have a guarantor from outside of France, they will not accept a guarantor from outside of France. So what the hell do you do? One of the Immobilier agencies, they have a app that they have a contract with, and that app acts as a guarantor. You obviously have to pay for it. As the person who's going to be renting, you have to pay the fee, which is 5% of the rent, which is, I don't know if that's insane or not. I haven't done the math and I'm not good at quick math. But that basically analyzes you and tells the Immobilier if you're a good candidate or not, and they listen to that. So they listen to a freaking program that someone's written in their basement to tell them whether you're an okay person to rent or not. Which is fine, but then the Immobilier that actually has the house that I want, like this house I want. Number one, apparently the person who owns the house is quite strict on what he accepts from tenants, which is probably why it's been available since August the 1st. And number two, the agency, they said that they would accept a bank guarantor, which the bank don't do. Crédit Agricole do not do. I stopped off on the way home at Crédit Agricole to see my guy, who is an absolute godsend. Thank you. Without him, a lot of things would be a lot harder, I think. And he said the bank doesn't do guarantor. The bank doesn't have like a program or anything for being a guarantor for people. But the Immobilier said that potentially a bank could be a guarantor. So he's actually going to call the woman. Well, number one, he called the Immobilier while I was there in his office. He called them directly to talk to them, which is mad. Yeah, amazing. The customer service from him is insane. This is Crédit Agricole, by the way. Highly recommend. Yeah, and they said that the woman that he needs to talk to is not in today, so she's in tomorrow. So he's going to call her at 9 a.m. tomorrow, and then he's going to call me. And the idea is we're going to try and figure out a way to put money aside, have the bank guarantee that money as a guarantee, and then it doesn't cost me anything, and have the bank write a letter and sign it, and hopefully the landlord of the house that I want will accept that as a guarantee. Because otherwise you have to pay for an app. Like, so stupid. Even if you've got, I literally said what, so even if I had like number one, I've got more than enough money for this. But even if I had like ridiculous amounts of money, I'd still need a guarantor. They're like, yeah. It's amazing. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But at least they backed down very quickly on the tax documents, because I was like, je suis nouveau. I'm new. I'm literally brand new here. I don't have tax documents. I don't have residency proof. I don't have da-da-da-da-da. Obviously can't get a French guarantor. And I do not want to pay for a freaking service. Why would you do? That's so backwards. Oh yeah, we have to prove that this person can pay. We can see he can more than afford the rent, like for the entire year. But we need him to pay extra for a service to be a guarantor. You're making me have less money just to have a guarantor. What is the logic? That is so stupid. That is so backwards. It is dumb. It is so freaking dumb. But that's where we're currently at, and I'm sure the next part of this video will be me updating you after the bank guys called me after. We're kind of both hoping that this will do it, and then it's just a case of me getting the documents over. But yeah, nobody speaks English. Nobody speaks English in the immobiliers. No one speaks English. It was translation apps. Luckily, in the second immobilier, they seemed more willing to help. They were like, oh, we speak a little bit of English, but they didn't really. They spoke English like I speak French. So we actually, she asked if you can talk into the phone, and I was like, okay. I got ChatGPT up, and I was like, look, can you be a translator? If you hear English, please translate it to French. And if you hear French, translate it to English and do it seamlessly. Sometimes ChatGPTs are right. Really annoys me. But it worked perfectly. It didn't do any of its stupid, oh, if you want help with anything, it just seamlessly did it. I was amazed, and it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. So that was awesome. That was actually awesome. And it worked perfectly. And the woman said I can text her, and she'll send videos of things if I want them, and da 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 da. I think she thought I was going back to England and not back like an hour away. But each to their own. I mean, I'll take the gesture. That's absolutely amazing from her as well. Customer service on point. In fact, what were they called? So apparently the immobilier is called Nesten. So Nesten in Bergerac, there we go, can recommend good customer service. If you see a property with them, get it. Because they are very, very helpful, and they are very, very willing to help, which is amazing. The people who have the house that I really want are not as helpful. They were helpful, but then just, you know, you feel the difference in customer service. So yeah, they were amazing, and I would love to get a place from them. But, and they do have an apartment that I really like, which is why I went to them as well. So, is what it is. But anyway, that's where we're at. You will see an update again tomorrow for me, but in 2 minutes for you.